If you've ever mixed a track in GarageBand, exported it and thought, why doesn't this sound as loud as everything else? Well, you're not alone. That final step, mastering, is what gives your track that loud, clean, polished, finished sound. But GarageBand doesn't exactly make it obvious how to do that. So I made this course, Master Your Music in GarageBand. Inside, I'll show you how to get your mix properly ready for mastering, the exact stock plugin chain I use, how to hit the loudness levels that streaming platforms expect, and how to export your final track so it actually sounds done. You can also watch me go through the process of mastering a track in GarageBand using the tools and techniques we've just talked about. No paid plugins, no fluff, no music theory jargon, just step-by-step help in plain English. Up next are 2 free lessons from the course to help you decide if it's something you're interested in. And if you do decide to enrol, I'd highly recommend doing so before midnight on Tuesday, the 1st of July, as you'll save 25% off of the price of the full course. Alright, here are those 2 free lessons. I'll catch you again at the end. Alright, let's start getting our hands dirty then. Here's what you do and don't need to master in GarageBand. Spoiler alert, it's a short list. You will need a finished mix that you're happy with, a Mac with GarageBand, any recent version will do, headphones or studio monitors, pretty much anything better than your laptop or Mac's built-in speakers, and 20 or 30 minutes of focus for each track you master. You don't need expensive paid plugins, a music degree, or even a perfectly treated studio. Don't worry at all, in fact, about having the perfect setup. If you've got GarageBand and a pair of ears, you're 99% of the way there. That said, mastering is about subtle changes, so you will want to listen closely and you will want to listen to your exported master on a variety of different sources. Think earbuds, headphones, your car stereo, things like that. I've made a quick mix prep checklist that you can download. It'll help you make sure your mix is ready before you start mastering. It is totally optional, but it will save you time. Now it's time to actually boost your track's loudness without blowing everything up. This is where GarageBand's Multipressor comes in. Open your track smart controls, come down here and click on an empty section to add a plugin. Head to the dynamic section and choose the Multipressor. You'll notice that there aren't many controls here, but that's fine. All you need with the Multipressor in GarageBand are the presets. Here are 2 presets to try that I found most useful. The 4-band Fast Attack is great for faster, punchier tracks. And the 4-band Slow Attack is better for slower or more open mixes. You said you'd always catch me if I ever fell again. Where are you now? Pick the one that fits your song's tempo and energy best. presets will naturally make your track louder, but be careful here. If your track starts to distort, lower the Multipressor's master gain. If it still clips even after reducing quite a lot, go back to the compressor and reduce the threshold. The Multipressor is where a lot of people go wrong and just crush their tracks. You don't want to do that. Just use the presets, keep the gain sensible, and you'll be golden. Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video. Remember, if you do fancy getting this course for yourself, definitely consider enrolling before midnight on Tuesday, the 1st of July, as you'll save 25% off of that course price, meaning you'll get all of this for just $49. You'll find the link to the full course down in the description and in the pinned comment below this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.